On Friday, March 15th, Without a Roof teamed with Stephen Marquardt from Chico 350 and the Sunrise Movement to cover the global climate strike for our future at Trinity Commons on the campus of Chico State.
Well, basically my sign says, don't make us use Mars. I mean, we aren't ready to colonize other planets. We still need to use this one for a couple more centuries. Mars has less gravity, and there's no air. I don't want to live on Mars, man.
Yo, it's just beautiful to see everybody out here today, all ages of people. We got high schoolers, we got older folks, we got everybody in between, professors, students, workers. That is what this movement is. This is it's a human issue. This is a human movement, and it's for everybody. So seeing you all out here today is wonderful.
I noticed that a lot of people have the same idea that I had, that we've all said there's no planet B, and we've already said climate change is real. So I thought that I would make a sign about a call to action, and I noticed that's what a lot of people with their signs have done today, is made a call for action.
This strike is an international strike. It is happening in dozens of countries all around the world, as well as many, I think every single state in the United States and dozens of cities here in California. It is an international movement for bold climate action. We, the students of CSU Chico and Chico High and Inspire and all schools in Chico, are striking because our elected leaders have yet to acknowledge, prioritize, or properly address our climate crisis. We are striking so our governments end decades of inaction and instead act decisively to keep warming below an unacceptable and dangerous level of 1.5 degrees Celsius. We are striking because according to the October 2018 United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, we have just 11 years to change the trajectory of greenhouse gas emissions to avoid the worst effects of climate change. So that doesn't mean we start acting in 11 years. That means we've dealt with this crisis in 11 years. So that means we got to start now.
All right, so I'm here with Sage, a local high school student. So Sage, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brings you out here today?
It's like our generation that's going to be most affected, and I want to take a stand, and all of my friends, they all want to have their voices heard because it is going to affect us the most, and we want to change that.
And what, at such a young age, has gotten you active in organizing around climate change?
Well, I've always been pretty passionate about the environment, and like I go to all the marches, and I was just like, let's take this opportunity to have our voices heard as school students because this is specifically for us.
And so, Sophia, thanks for giving us a couple minutes. And can you just tell us kind of who you are and what brings you out here today?
Yeah, of course, Steven. So I'm in a geography class called Geography 440, Environmental Thought and Action. Essentially, this class has really made me the activist that I am today. The more I learned about climate change, the more I realized what a pressing issue it is. And the setup of the class is really, really fascinating because essentially us students get to choose the activism topic that we want. So we kind of narrowed it down and decided that climate change education is what we need the most.
So I'm here with Maggie from Associated Students at Chico State's campus, one of the lead organizers of today's event. And Maggie, what is going on today? What are we doing out here?
Today is the International Climate Strike for Future. It was organized by, or it was inspired by Greta Thunberg, who's been going on strike since like October, November. But basically why we're doing this strike and this teach-in and this activities around climate action is I've been seeing a lot of individual and consumer sustainable behavior priorities, and I'd really like to shift that because we're seeing such a disconnect between what we're talking about for sustainability and what we need to do for our climate crisis of today, our climate crisis of yesterday, and our climate crisis of tomorrow.
And so for you, what's your vision? What do you hope to come from today, and what do you hope that this can kind of ignite?
I really hope today what our purpose is a conscious disruption in our system. Students are striking and not going to class because why are we going to class if we don't have a safe and livable climate in 5 years and 10 years? And so hopefully students and Inspire students, Chico State students, and community members who came here today really see the need for mobilization and organization around collective things. We have our individual networks, but we need to use like systems management to come together and support the Green New Deal and support systems of oppression, support the Declaration of Climate Emergency, and support, there's 21 youth plaintiffs who are suing the government over climate change. We need to bring that up, and we need to keep bringing these issues up so people don't forget about them. So.
People gotta rise like a of my great-granddaughter saying keep it in the ground.
Don't make us use Mars!